I just keep
than the
clicking
time. I think they seem to think that people are going to be seeing this part where we're talking to each other right now. So how are we maximizing this? I feel like people just missed the best thing where you were helping me use my phone.
Yeah, I know.
Like that was the moment.
You're always so tech savvy.
Yeah, but I'm not immune to the ravages of age. Here we go. There we are.
Now 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Get it going.
We're almost there. There are 9 people watching so far. That's pretty cool.
That's very delayed.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Here we are. Hey, I'm Aaron Smith, and this is Ryan Gentry. We're missing our third bandmate. George Holcomb couldn't be here to join us for this live stream. But we're thinking of him and his wife Martha and hoping the best for them. And we're so glad to get to play some songs for you. We're so grateful to the Momentary for hosting us and making this possible. Grateful to the House of Songs too, because they hooked us up with some things that are really helping. We're live streaming from Harrison, Arkansas, which is where we live. And this first song is set in Harrison, and it's called Lily and Donnie, and it's a motorcycle song. When I wrote it, I was proud to have written something with a beat, and I showed it to my friend Jack Williams. I said, hey, Jack, it's not miserable, you know? He said, Aaron, it's still a song about mortality. So anyway, here's a motorcycle song. Aren't all motorcycle songs about mortality?
I don't know that many motorcycle songs.
Here we go. Lily and Donnie. Lily hardly ever wanted anything more than what she wound up with. House by the park, a late model car, and a couple kids. Donnie sleeping by her side every night for 33 years. Donnie bought himself a bike, set him back a couple grand. Takes a while to make that, working down at the plant. What you gonna do with your money now? The kids are grown, married off. You steer those wheels into the wind. Oh, Lily, hold on. Hold on. This road ahead, I'm gonna run with you. It might be the sweetest stretch that we ever go through. I don't know what the next mile holds. I just hold on to you. Donnie takes an aspirin of a morning, just like his daddy used to take. He hears Lily's mother's voice in every word she says. It's something that she used to fight, but now it fits like a glove. Oh, it just feels right. Lily pulls the plug on the sink, picks up a kitchen towel. Says, Donnie, ain't it funny how 60 seems so much younger now? There's so much I want to see before my fire goes out. Donnie takes her hand. Oh, Lily, hold on, hold on. This road ahead, I'm gonna run with you. It might be the sweetest stretch that we ever go through. I don't know what the next mile holds. Lily, I don't know what the next mile holds. I don't know. Oh, Lily, hold on. Hold on. Lily, hold on. I'm going to swap guitars here, and this is a pretty special instrument that I've got for this next song. It's a hand-built guitar, and it was built by a gentleman from Jasper, Arkansas. His name's Elliott Smith, and he is, I believe, 94 years old now. And I won this about 5 years ago in a raffle in Jasper. And when I won it, it sat in the case for weeks while I just let it sink in that it had actually happened. But it's a pretty magical instrument. And it says on the fretboard here, it says the American Legion Post 93, and that's the post in Jasper, Arkansas. And normally in the show I'd be using this guitar a lot more. There's some reasons why we won't be today, but I just wanted to explain what it is because it's super special. It's a one-of-a-kind instrument. Ryan's playing some strange stuff too, which we couldn't fit quite in the camera shot, but we've got a washboard here and a suitcase kick drum setup and a tiny little toy cymbal. And so if you wonder what you're hearing, that's it.
That's it.
Little step up from pots and pans, but we're not getting Ryan the expensive stuff just yet. He's going to keep practicing. So anything else that should be said?
Absolutely
Probably not. Absolutely not. Yeah. Here's a song called Mississippi. Bury me in a field by a stream, anywhere to the east of the Great Divide. As my bones return to the waters, I will join the ocean's mother. Oh, mighty Mississippi, carry me. We get born and the clock starts ticking. All the moments start slipping away. Seconds arrive and wave goodbye, just like yesterday. We can't hold on to our youth, can't even hold on to our age. Mississippi comes and sweeps us off the page. And I was taught in Sunday school that the spirit of a man can never die. There's a sea of silent souls just blinking on the other side. Oh, what I'd give for just a hint, a whisper from that beautiful shore. Mississippi, when you take me, I'm afraid I'll be no more. I'm afraid I'll be no more. Bury me in a field by a stream. What the scriptures say. Could you help my unbelief? Because I'm running out on faith. Never had a trusting heart. Never made much time to pray. And my mind is filled with echoes of oblivion. Don't you bury me in Egypt. Don't you leave me in these sands. 'Cause I know that you are about the fairer lands. Won't you lay me down to rest in the bosom of Abraham, with my mothers and fathers, saints and sinners who've gone before. That sweet by and by on that beautiful shore. Bury me in a field by a stream. going to stop the guitar on that one.
Oh,
Ryan, you can tell us a joke?
I guess I could tell a joke. So Aaron, you know how geese fly in a V formation?
I do, yeah.
And how one side's always longer than the other?
Yeah.
You know why that is?
Why is that,
Yeah,
right?
it's because there's more geese on that side. That's the best I got.
That's better than most of what you got. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's as much waterfowl as is going to be involved in this show. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Gina Forsyth, it's good to see your name on there. And Gypsy Morton. There's tons of you guys. Gosh.
Wow, how awesome.
Thank you guys for joining us. This is so cool. So this next song was also I was walking in a Hudson supermarket and purchasing some zucchini, and that's all there was to it.
Super interesting.
I decided to finish it. I knew it was dumb, but it turned out people like it. There's a song called Zucchini. Zucchini is a fruit that might seem wrong, but it's the truth. And broccoli is technically a flower. Snakes are reptiles, frogs, amphibians, though I'm told both taste like chicken when you fry them up in egg and seasoned flour. You know, mongoose could choose a food that's more cooperative than a cobra, and a moose could choose to live somewhere warm the whole year round. And you could pack your things away and go and be with someone sane, but here you are, sticking around. Platypus have poison quills and dark brown duck-like bills. They grow fur, they lay their eggs inside a nest. And evolution, being true, has some explaining yet to do about survival of the fittest and this other stuff that's left. We're in a world full of anomalies. Some are silly, some mundane. There remain a few that truly are profound. At the end of that long list of lovely things that make no sense is you sticking around, is you sticking around. That's not, well, won't argue with you. So we've got an album coming out soon. We are going to turn up slightly. We're getting some, we'll try that. You guys let us know if that's not enough. And by you guys, I mean the staff at the momentary, or the rest of you can do that too, but it's going to be a little overwhelming and confusing for us. But we have an album coming out. We've been threatening to release this thing for 3 years, and we're really going to do it at some point. But it's a Newton County album. We live in Boone County, but the main thing people do in Boone County is try to figure out ways to make money off of Newton County. Folk music is not a good way to do that, but there are some wonderful stories in Newton County that I started to hear from a lot of old timers, and I went on the trail of those stories and started writing songs about those stories, and that led me to the Newton County History Museum, the Bradley House, which you can visit if you go to Jasper. And at the Bradley House, there was a woman named Donna Dodson, and she's passed since I met her, but she hooked me up with a lot of other stories, including a book full of stories called Up on the Buffalo by Robert Martin, and this song is one of those stories. And he tells the whole story of the origin of his family, how they came to Arkansas, And this is the story of how they left Arkansas and why they're mostly pretty much not here anymore, definitely not in Newton County that we know of. So it's called Curly and Tom, and hope you enjoy it. Albert Martin found himself a woman, Debbie Boland, just a couple miles away. You could say they hit it off, not just a matter of convenience. No, it was love. Albert said he knew the first time he saw Debbie's face. Debbie and Albert, they went and got married. Took about a year. Circuit preacher on the job. Spent a couple nights camping. A little time alone. And it was love. Albert said he knew the first time he saw Debbie's face. Now Debbie and Albert, that was wrong. Albert spent his days building a cabin on his daddy's farm. Debbie spent her nights teaching Albert's family how to read. She learned him the Bible, true religion. Put away their heathen gods, the French popery. That's what she called Henry's Catholicism. It was popery. And they were baptized in the creek. Circuit preacher done the job, and it was love. Howard said he knew the first time he saw Debbie's face. Now Debbie and Albert, they waited till the end of the war. It took them 5 years before they had a child. He came out wily, full head of curly black hair. They named him Albert Jr. They just called him Curly. In a year he had a brother named Tom. Debbie never figured out what went wrong with Curly and Tom. They raised him on the farm, planting and a plowing, hoeing and weeding. Put a switch to their behinds. They taught him how to read. She learned them the Bible, baptized him in the creed. Circuit preacher didn't mind doing the job, but it never seemed to take for Curly and Tom. Whiskey and women, gambling and cheating, cussing and fighting, skipping out on chores. Grief to their mama, shame to their daddy. Too big for whooping, prayers unanswered. And Debbie never figured out what went wrong with Curly and Tom. At the general store, cheating had cards. Curly pulled a gun. He shot Eldridge Walker. And the bullet didn't kill him. So Tom struck him with the blade from a plow. And Eldridge bled to death right there on the floor. And Debbie and Albert, they left with the boys in the middle of the night. They fled to Colorado, and them boys never changed, never worked an honest day. Debbie always wondered, sometimes she blamed herself, but she never figured out what went wrong with Curly and Tom. That's Curly and Tom. Yeah, I've traveled to Eldridge Walker's grave and seen the dates there. And Eldridge Walker, from the best I can tell, Eldridge Walker was 65 years old, and when he was killed, Curly and Tom were in their mid-20s, and so it's couldn't figure out how to put that in the song. Also traveled to Debbie and Albert's grave. It's in Oklahoma, and next to Debbie and Albert's grave, there's a couple pavers on the ground, and no other grave there. And I think it's quite possible the resting place of both Curly and Tom. They never completely moved out of their parents' house. So this next song, we're going to brighten it up a little bit for you here, but it's also a Newton County song, and it is about one of the great female heroes of Newton County, and much beloved by her descendants. We had a as we're getting ready to release this album, we had a concert for the families, the descendants of the people that these songs were written about. And so the two families that really showed up were the Briscoes and the Claibornes. You're going to hear about the Claibornes later, but the Briscoes are very, very proud of Granny Briscoe, Elizabeth Briscoe, Lizzie Briscoe, and this song's about her and her service to Newton County and the surrounding counties as a midwife. She was really something. So here you go, Granny Briscoe. When Granny Briscoe couldn't walk no more, they took a rocking chair with a man on each arm, carried her out to the yard. There rose the picnic tables out there set up in the shade. People came from distant towns, Granny Briscoe's 88th birthday. When she was young, they called her Lizzie. She had 6 children of her own, but it wasn't just from other men. Granny Briscoe would be known. No, Lizzie was a midwife, and she'd ride across these lands at the bedside of a mother soon to be. She'd lend a steady hand. Oh, she was a sight for weary, frightened eyes through the hollers and the hills. See her coming day and night, riding hard against the clock. For the sake of mother and child, she was the kind of help you'd long to see. Kind of brave you want to be. Sometimes the calls came at midnight, crack of dawn, or dinner time. Didn't matter when those calls came in. Lizzie feared no dark of night. They were called to pass the river to the mountains other side. She climbed a ladder through a stony cleft, passing through the needle's eye. Lizzie Briscoe knew the way through the darkness to the light. 1,000 souls were born with Lizzie Briscoe as their guide. Oh, she was a sight for weary, frightened eyes through the hollers and the hills. See her coming day and night, riding hard against the clock. For the sake of mother and child, she was the kind of help you long to see. Kind of brave you'd want to be. Granny rode into her 80s through Newton County and far beyond. When she was thrown from her horse, she knew her riding days were done. That's Granny Briscoe for you. Oh, this next song takes a darker turn, and in the 19 teens, I'm so bad at remembering exact years, but in the 19 teens, Laura Claiborne was murdered by H.J. Kiefer, a man from Ozark, Missouri. And Kiefer was a great deal older than Laura Claiborne. She was probably 19, and he was in his 50s. And the story goes that he had feelings for her that she didn't return, and that she scorned him, and he killed her for it. Killed her on a road in Deer, Arkansas, near her family's general store where she worked. She was on her way to work. And what happened next is the subject of this song. And this is the story that was told to the people that came asking after whatever happened. Yeah, there's a few scenes in this song, and I've stood in all the places where all these things happened. This is Abclavin. You can find online, if you search for Abclavin, murder, Laura Claiborne, you can find old newspaper clippings of this story. So if you're interested, that's out there. Abclavin rode to Kiefer's cabin. 7 miles he whipped his mule. When he reached the cabin yard, Ab his pistol drew. He said, H.J. Kiefer, I've come to pay you all your due. For my daughter Laura fair is slain, and I know that it was you. Let them bones burn. Keep on burning. Ab shot out the cabin windows, shots 1 and 2. All he heard was silence and the wind blowing through. Ab felt no satisfaction that his shots had found their mark. So Ab called out again as the skies around grew dark. H.J. Kiefer, come and face me, come die like a man. For my daughter Laura fair was murdered by your wicked hand. Again there came no answer, so Ab called out once more. Then shots 3 and 4 shattered H.J. Kiefer's door. Let them bones burn. Keep on burning. Abclavin stood at the threshold. His heart was racing fast. On the cabin floor he saw the body of the man. H.J. Kiefer lay unmoving. So Ab called out again. Kiefer, are you dead? He heard no answer but the wind. Abclavin raised his gun again with a trembling hand. Sent shots 5 and 6 into the body of the man. Let them bones burn. And keep on burning. H.J. Kiefer lay sprawled on the floor, broken bottle in his grip. From the shelves of Claiborne's general store, deadly arsenic. Abclavin loaded up his gun, he emptied it again. Let them bones burn. Keep on burning. Still Ab felt no satisfaction, and his rage did not abate. So he set fire to the body in the fury of his hate. And the people of Limestone Valley, dear and Lurton, gathered round. They watched the corpse of H.J. Kiefer burning on the ground. Let them bones burn. Keep on burning. Now that's the story we were given, and that's the story we believe. Some might call the question details. I never saw the need. Abclavin never killed a man, though we got to watch him bleed. Let them bones burn. Keep on burning. Okay, we'll give you some relief here. No more killing for the rest of the set. We promise.
Nice.
That's it. Yeah. This next tune I wrote with a dear friend in Nashville, Tennessee. Really accomplished and widely listened to songwriter Lisa Ashman. She's got a lot of music out there on other people's records, and also is just one of the best people to get advice from, and on the planet. Sorry, I can't tune and talk at the same time. Here we go. Done with that. But every once in a while, I'll go to Nashville and I'll stay with Lisa for a while, and she's one of these songwriters that gets up and goes to work, and so we would get up at 8 a.m. and we would start working and we would start writing, and that sometimes can wear you out. And there was one morning we got up, had some strong coffee. I think she burned some Brussels sprouts for me, and thank you, Donna. And she didn't seem to know what people eat normally, but anyway, I appreciated whatever I got. And she told me, I want to write a song called Hypochondriacs Need Love Too. And I needed a little more sleep to be excited about that. I just remember thinking as soon as she said that, I don't want to do that. But we did do that. And lots of times with Lisa, you will find yourself doing what she wants to do. And usually it actually turns out pretty great. So this song is Hypochondriacs Need Love Too. And Ryan may scat a little for us in this song. Right?
Strong mic.
Yeah, probably not. Here we go. We'll check in with Ryan when we get to that part.
Okay.
If you open up the medicine cabinet, pull out the vanity drawer, 5 placebos, pink and blue capsules, don't know what that medicine's for. She saw a specialist, an acupuncturist, aromatherapist, and an oculist, bifocals, a podiatrist, a Christian Scientist. She got a little list of questions for the doctor. Hypochondriacs need love too. Hypochondriacs need love too. He got a jacket with a pocket on the inside, big enough to hide a whole tablet. If he sees himself a watch and he wants it, he don't hesitate to reach out and grab it. He don't even need it, he won't even keep it. He got an iPod, he got a cell phone, he got some patio furniture at his home. He got a dog bowl, he got some silverware. Hotels always got towels to spare. Kleptomaniacs need love too. Kleptomaniacs need love too. There's no way to sanitize a kiss, but it's worth it once you feel it. Love is always offered as a gift, even when you'd rather steal it. So a klepto and a hypo married up and bought themselves a condo with a carport and a picket fence. 9 months passed, they had themselves a kid. Blazing red hair and fire in his eyes, seems a little precocious. Few strange notions, we're not gonna worry about the prognosis. Pyromaniacs need love too. Pyromaniacs need love too. Of course they do. Just like me and you, they need love too. So Ryan.
Yes, Aaron.
Gonna scat a little bit for us right here?
No.
All right, right. That I have to do. So this next song, we got two more for you guys, and we appreciate you being here with us so much. We got some like folk royalty watching. We got Donna Mulholland, Mr. Joe Cartoon. We're just glad, Joe. We're just glad to know you're here. That you're in shape where you can click the watch button on us. We're glad you're here. So this next song, I spent about 4 years living in Florida, and I think that is more time than it should really take to figure out that it's a bad idea to live in Florida. And anyway, I think until I went to the hill country in Texas and was around so many fine Texas songwriters, just growing up in Arkansas, I had more resentment towards Texas for something. But yeah, hill country fix you on that. Anyway, Florida. I'm talking too much, but Florida's just a bad idea. Love Florida. It's great to visit. And this song is about talking too much. So this song is about, there's a lot of things in Florida that happen, disasters that happen. There's a rhythm to it, And I was just thinking about how the warnings we get about global warming and the way the world's changing. And I was just thinking about, well, what would that be like in Florida when the waters rise? And I thought, well, it'll just be another thing in Florida. Just be another thing. So here's a song called When the Waters Rise. Rise when the highway falls, they'll bring in the sun-scarred men from below and Titus flow, and they'll raise up a road. Yeah, they'll still call it 818. They'll bulldoze the cattle fields, set concrete mansions up along the way, and the alligators, they won't miss a beat. Still in our worst from Orlando to Disney, Tampa, they never caught a break, sliding into the Gulf off the edge of the state, and it's sinkholes and serpents and razor sharp lanes, just waiting for a hurricane. Yeah, I never met anyone to live down here anyway. Sell tours, snorkel to the underwater swimming pools. They'll moor up their boats to the streetlights, to the abandoned condos. And the alligators, they won't miss a beat. Still now, worst from Orlando to Disney, Tampa, they ain't never caught a break, sliding into the Gulf off the edge of the state, and it's sinkholes and serpents and razor sharp lanes, just waiting for a hurricane. Yeah, God never meant for anyone to live down here anyway. When the waters rise, we'll watch the snake bird spread her wings like a crucifixion, like a resurrection, like an arrow pointing to the mystery. And the wood storks will march like reapers round the sunken parking lots, their snowy wings shielding their prey from the sun's burning gaze. And the alligators, they won't miss a beat. Oh, guys, thank you so much for coming. Gina Forsyth, thanks for listening. Jamie C., Mark Curry, you guys. It's really good to have you here. This last song, I got a little attention lately. It was chosen by the city of Bentonville, their Visit Bentonville campaign in a contest, and so it got a little attention. And it's something I wrote about 5 years ago when I started going to a song circle that meets here in Harrison, Arkansas on the first Friday of each month, which of course we're taking a hiatus now, but it was at the home of Scott and Karen Fancher. And I'd gone to a songwriting retreat where I met Scott and Karen Fancher, and it was actually more than 5 years ago that I met them, 6 or 7, and that meeting at their home gave me a place for new songs, which gave me a reason to keep writing, and it was super important to me. And Scott and Karen are both just really fine singers, and Scott was a great writer, and we lost Scott around this time last year, but I wrote this song for the two of them, for Scott and Karen both, and there's a verse that's just a tribute for each of them, a tribute to the joy of hearing them sing. And then towards the end, some of the other characters from the First Friday gathering kind of make an appearance as well. We've lost people and we've gained people at that gathering, but there's a lot of joy there. And a lot of what I love about Arkansas is just displayed best that night, on those nights. And so, again, thank you to the Momentary for having us, and thank you to all you guys for coming, spending your Sunday afternoon listening to us. Thanks, Ryan, for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks, George, for sitting out. And here's a song called Completely Wrong. Hope you enjoy it. Like a scratchy whiskered hug from a grandpa that you love. Smells like whiskey and everything you took too long to learn to love about where I come from. I'm ashamed to say, when I went away I was not proud to be from Arkansas. I see more clearly I was completely wrong. When I heard your voice, like a gospel meeting, like Granny in a rocking chair, like a mother morning, like a tired home that you keep repeating, like sitting by the fire when the baby's sleeping, like everything that took too long to learn to love about where I come from. I'm ashamed to say, when I went away I was not proud to be from Arkansas. I see more clearly now that I was completely wrong. I got a bottle of beer, I got an itch to hear hello in there again. It's like a sacrament, like he's holding down the lows, just like he did when he was just a kid. It's like a sacrament, it's like a sacrament, 'cause it's a sacrament. Just Just like everything that took too long to learn to love, about where I come from, the place I call my home, on the banks of the Buffalo, back in those hills, those arcs of Arkansas. I see more clearly now than I was completely wrong. I see more clearly now that I was completely wrong. Well, we've come to the end of our program, haven't we, Ryan?
Yes.
You have one more joke?
Sure. I guess this is topical enough. So, did you hear scientists found out that anteaters are immune to coronavirus?
Really?
Yeah. So you know why?
No.
Because they're full of little ant bodies.
Yeah, let's end on a low note. Thank you guys so much for joining us. It was a real pleasure to play for you. It was great to have any reason to play. We just haven't been doing it. But this was a real joy. And we may do another one. We'll just see. If you follow us on Facebook, Aaron Smith and the Coal Biters, 2 different words, Coal Biters. You'll be able to see what's coming up next. Also, make sure you go to the Momentaries page and follow them and like them so you can see what's going on there. Some really amazing things are happening, and we're looking forward to seeing a ton more of that. So follow us on Facebook. We'd love to hear how you enjoyed the show, what you liked, and just what you liked. But anyway, that's goodbye. Thanks so much for joining us, guys.